Dependency injection. What is it exactly? Well, we can break it down into two parts, dependencies and injection. Dependency is a general situation that arises when two classes in our code base are interrelated. In this example, first class makes use of second class. We say that first class depends on second class, or that second class is first class's dependency. The other way to state the same thing is to say that first class is a client, while second class is a service. This client-service terminology is very common in software design, and we will use it extensively throughout this course. In this simple case, it is very easy to identify who is the client and who is the service. But what about this one? Now second class is being used by the first class. However, it also uses the third class internally. Is second class a client or a service in this scenario? Turns out that it is both. When looked from the perspective of the first class, second class is a service. However, when looked from perspective of the third class, second class is a client. This demonstrates that the same class can be a client or a service in different circumstances, and that this definition of a client or a service is not universal, it is contextual. We can only assign client and service roles when we discuss two specific classes in our code bases. So, in order to function, clients need references to services. How do they obtain those references? Well, there are several approaches. Clients can instantiate the services internally. Clients can call some global static method and use the returned reference as a service. Even more easily, clients can reach out to some static global variable and use the returned reference as a service. Yet another approach is for clients to receive references to services from outside. The exact meaning of outside is not that important at this point, and we will discuss it later in this course. But note that first three approaches are kind of active. If the client uses these approaches, it is responsible for active dependency resolution, while the last approach is a passive one. We can even say that the client is being injected with the service from outside, and that's where the term dependency injection comes from. So, dependency injection is an act of injecting services into clients from outside. This idea of injecting services into clients from outside looks very simple, almost trivial, but I assure you that you will be very surprised about how much will we extract from it during this course.